5.
The medical insurance plan that begins at the age of 60. Medi 60 from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 0112 357 357.
In a few moments, the news.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is a news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First the headlines. Hindus all over the world and in Sri Lanka celebrate Mahasivaratri Day today. The health guidelines further eased for visiting tourists. Construction of the green sand ferry concept will be resumed from today. Fuel consumption demand at Sipetco is high compared to Lanka IOC due to low prices of fuel. Another 996 persons have tested positive for the virus yesterday. The PUCSL approves 3-hour power cuts from today. News overseas, Ukraine officials say dozens killed in attack on their second city, Kharkiv. In sports, FIFA and UEFA suspend all Russian clubs and national teams. And those are the headlines. Hindus all over the world and in Sri Lanka celebrate Mahasivaratri Day today. And this is a day dedicated to Lord Shiva, the god of destruction. The festival of Mahasivaratri is said to be the convergence of Lord Shiva and his consort goddess Shakti, the masculine and feminine energies balancing the universe. People usually pour milk on the Shiva Lingam, and unmarried girls are expected to fast so as to be blessed with a match no less than the Lord himself. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that the Sri Lankan Hindus and their people across the globe since ancient times pay respect to Lord Shiva on Mahasivaratri with utmost reverence and expect the dispel to darkness from ignorance and wisdom. He emphasized that Mahasivaratri is the day Hindu devotees all over the world undertake a fast and offer prayers through the day and night and indulge in various cultural activities to pay homage to Lord Shiva and seek his blessings from salvation, which they believe that they meditate to Lord Shiva with a mind they could embark on the path to attain spiritual enlightenment. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that this day will help to achieve peace and harmony among our communities in the country. The Ministry of Health has decided to further ease health guidelines for tourists who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 from today. Accordingly, fully vaccinated individuals will not be required to undergo a pre-departure or on-arrival PCR or rapid antigen test when visiting Sri Lanka. Specialist of the quarantine unit of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Dilhani Samarasekar, speaking at a media briefing yesterday, said the new regulations will apply to persons who arrive in the island via ports and by air. Media spokesman of the Ministry of Power and Energy, Chamind Hettiarachchi, says that there is a long queue of vehicles at Sipetco fuel station as the prices of diesel and petrol are lower compared to Lanka IOC at these stations. The IOC has increased prices twice last month. Therefore, people are tempted to go to Sipetco stations due to low prices. There is no fuel shortage in the country at present, and the people should not rush to gather fuel unnecessarily. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The medical insurance plan that begins at the age of 60. Medi 60 from Sri Lanka Insurance.
The Health Ministry says another 996 persons have tested positive for the novel coronavirus yesterday. This brings the tally of confirmed cases of COVID-19 detected in the country to 646,033. Approximately 20,888 patients infected with the virus are currently undergoing treatment across the island. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Health Services has confirmed another 32 coronavirus-related deaths for February 27, pushing the country's official COVID-19 death toll to 16,222. Environment Minister Mahinda Amravira has instructed the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau to resume construction of the Green Sand Ferry concept from today. According to the Green Sand Ferry concept, rivers, river banks and the surrounding environment are protected. An area about 10 feet from the river bank should be designated as a green zone under this system. Trees should be planted in that section and turned into a beautiful attraction. A narrow path of about 3 feet is left to travel to the sand port. And that's local news.
The medical insurance plan that begins at the age of 60. Medi60 from Sri Lanka Insurance. A health insurance plan to honor our most valued elders by the protectors of the nation. We now give our treasured senior citizens access to the very best medical insurance, specially tailored for anyone over 60. What's more, you don't need medical screening to access this policy. And Medi60 covers a wide range of illnesses. Only from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 0112 357 357.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka says that 3-hour power interruption will be carried out today by the Ceylon Electricity Board and the Lanka Electricity Company for all groups. The power cuts are scheduled to be carried out between 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. today for all groups. However, the PUCSL says that unscheduled power cuts of 30 minutes may take place only if necessary during the night-time peak hours in order to manage the excess demand. And that was top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Washlight, the central bank requests the public to provide information on unauthorized foreign currency dealings. Permission to buy, sell and exchange foreign exchange currency in Sri Lanka is granted only to authorized dealers and money changers appointed by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Therefore, if it is noted that any person, institution or any other entity is engaged in unauthorized foreign exchange dealings, the public is hereby requested to inform the Foreign Exchange Department of CBSL via the following telephone numbers: 0112 398 827 or 0112 477 375 or 0112 398 568 or via email dfem@cbsl.lk. And that was Washlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
No matter what anyone says, for your lease, visit the Leasing Mahagethara. People's Leasing, Friendly Leasing Mahagethara. More information from the nearest People's Leasing branch.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines first. Ukraine officials say dozens killed in attack on their second city, Kharkiv. Russia blames the UK minister and others for nuclear alert. The Ukraine crisis is a major challenge for China. And those are the headlines of the World News. Dozens of people have killed in Russian missile strikes on Ukraine's second city, Kharkiv, officials say. Kharkiv has just been massively fired upon by rockets, dozens of dead and hundreds of wounded, the Interior Ministry said on Facebook. The attack came on the 5th day of the Russian invasion as the negotiators from both sides held talks in Belarus. Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear forces on a high alert after comments by UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss and others, the Kremlin has said. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said unacceptable remarks were made about possible clashes between NATO and Moscow over Russia's attack on Ukraine. It is unclear precisely which comments by Ms. Truss Russia objects to. Hours before Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a military operation in eastern Ukraine, the US accused Moscow and Beijing of combining to create a profoundly illiberal world order. The Ukraine-Russia crisis is posing a major challenge for China and many other countries. And that's World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
For your wheel lease, visit the Leasing Mahagedara. People's Leasing, friendly leasing Mahagedara. More information from the nearest People's Leasing branch.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by... Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority says that more than 93,000 foreign tourists have arrived in the country during the past 27 days of February. The authority said 176,000 tourists have arrived during the past 2 months. And that was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by... The coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928. Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
Russian football clubs and the national teams have been suspended from all competitions by FIFA and UEFA after the country's invasion of Ukraine. The world and European football governing bodies said they would be banned until further notice. It means the Russian men's team will not play their World Cup playoff matches next month, and the women's team have been banned from this summer's Euro 2022 competition. And that was Sports News.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The central bank has proposed of a slew of measures aimed at preserving valuable foreign exchange, including higher import duties on non-essential imported goods. Accordingly, the central bank has proposed the government to impose higher duties on about 700 imported items which are considered non-essential items. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Ceylon Chamber of Commerce recently launched the 7th edition of its flagship Annual Outlook Report for 2022 at the Economic Outlook 2022 webinar, titled Road to Recovery, Overcoming Challenges. The report covers key fundamentals of the global and local economic outlook, policy outlook, and private sector perspectives for the year 2022. And that was economic news.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
In weather forecast, the Met Department says showery conditions in the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces are expected to enhance from tomorrow to the 4th of this month. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in these areas during this period. Several spells of showers will occur in the eastern and Uva provinces and in Matale district during tomorrow. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in Galle, Mathura, Ratnapura and Nuwara districts during the evening or night. Before we wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. Hindus all over the world and in Sri Lanka celebrate Mahasivaratri Day today. The health guidelines further eased for visiting tourists. Construction of the green sand ferry concept will resume today. Fuel consumption demand at Sipetco is high compared to Lanka IOC due to low prices of fuel. Another 996 persons have tested positive for the virus yesterday. The PUCSL approves 3-hour power cuts from today. And with that, we conclude this morning news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. It's back to Sounditham to keep you company with the rest of the programs this Tuesday morning.